If you become possessed by the idea to create heaven, you are sure to unleash hell on the way there. The Camarada, a cabal who hold power over the city of Cloudbank, will sacrifice anything to achieve their ideal of improving the city for the people. Anything but their own ideals. And so, they forge a mission to kill and absorb the beloved singer Red, who reached stardom in the city of Cloudbank for her beautiful voice. The Camerata wish to control Red's entrancing beauty by placing her soul in a tool called the Transistor, with which they could then repaint the city in her starry image. Things go wrong. The assassination attempt fails, and Red's bodyguard, an unknown entity to the city of Cloudbank, jumps in harm's way to be the one getting hit by the Transistor. They both get teleported far away from the crime scene, and the unknown man has lost his body, but can still speak using his voice, having been absorbed by the Transistor. While he lost his body, Red had lost her voice, only able to hum as a consequence. They are now being hunted, because the Camerata need the Transistor in order to take control of their already failing plan. And so, the two have become fugitives in Cloudbank, and are being targeted by a horde of robots that seem to be able to affect and absorb living beings to become part of their swarm intelligence. This intelligence, called the Process, has been unleashed by the Camerata, but without the Transistor, is now acting no longer in their control. Once they find the bike with which he instructs her to escape the city, she takes a turn to the unexpected side. Red is on a mission to claim back what was taken from her, and to bring back to life the man who was on her side and protected her life. In this city, all kinds of technological functions are used as powerful abilities, and since so many people are now being killed by the swarm, we playing Red are able to use these to our advantage. Not only that, but we also unlock various backstories of the characters who use these functions, showing us that Cloudbank was a city with all kinds of eccentric and inventive personalities, with various skills and curiosities. From painting the sky to solving mysteries on the ground, a lot of these personalities started to disappear. Just like Red, they had been targets to absorb with the Transistor, but since that one is now in our power, we are the one getting to use it. And Red's intentions are not at all like the Camaradas. She has no interest in shaping Cloudbank in some lofty ideals. All she wants is her voice and get back Mr. Nobody's body. All this is slowly revealed on her journey, with the very persistent commentary of Mr. Nobody, who now has to speak for the two. In various terminals we gain access to news being spread about the town, and as we start to become stronger we already face the first member of the Camarada in our way. On the stage where Red had performed, Sybil is waiting to put an end to her mission. Though it is hard to call this thing Sybil anymore, because she has no sanity left and got swallowed by the Process collective intelligence. So our only choice is to defeat her, and then put her out of her misery. So she could go to the country, the sunny afterlife. Sybil had been a spy of the Camarada, being close to Red and Mr. Nobody. She was in love with Red, who had to reject her, and thus became a target of resentment for Sybil, who betrayed her. We continue on to try to achieve the goal of getting back our voice and restoring Mr. Nobody. More and more of the city is getting swallowed in the red and white pattern of the Camarada. Everything is getting washed away into the unstoppable train that is the Process. There also now appears a quickly fading but thunderous thing, which after a while starts to influence Mr. Nobody inside the Transistor, turning him delirious. He starts to talk like a drunk, being more honest with his feelings, in true Vino Veritas fashion, confessing his love to her. He seems to really feel that way for her, and I think that doesn't need more convincing, since after all, he sacrificed his life for her. All he wishes for is to see her face to face again, even if they would just witness the end of everything together. It almost sounds like this self-destructive finality is part of following his passion for her. We face the spine of the world in a claustrophobic boss fight, and enter the belly of this whale to destroy its slow beating heart and thus root out what makes Mr. Nobody so clouded. We get closer and closer to the location of the two leaders of the Camarada, Grant and Asher Kendrill. Asher gives us various messages we listen to at the terminals, explaining his reasoning for why they are doing this, wanting to do everything to improve Cloudbank, and how ultimately they lost control over this process. The process. Going up high, climbing the tower to get to the nest of this organization, passing our home in a high-rise for the last time, getting some nice sea monster pizza from Jan's, and taking a quick break in the bathroom during this apocalypse, we come upon Asher and Grant, dead. They both had ended their life, and Asher left behind a message that this was the plan, if their plan had failed. Grant had got it done earlier without Asher. You can hear in Asher's voice that this betrayal from his partner has left him hurt. We absorb their soul and functions and get informed that we need to put the transistor back into the cradle, which looks like a bigger version of the transistor, and is also what is depicted on the Camaradas logo. We go all the way back down, from these high towers to Fairview, and do so swiftly thanks to being able to glide with the current. The city now looks considerably different, everything being swallowed up more and more in the process, wiping away what used to exist, ripping away all the soul and uniqueness of what used to be Cloudbank. We're also now making an acquaintance with the genius engineer of everything that is unfolding, Royce Brackett. Or well, we are so far just making an acquaintance by proxy. His rather confusing reasoning for what he is doing, and how he has gotten his ideas for all this, by finding them on a bird, shows that this man has been possessed by an idea, and there is really not much left of him other than this. He has gotten lethargic and detached from the real havoc and destruction that is occurring, though he is able to acknowledge that what is happening is at least not just bad in the traditional sense, but also a contemporary one. We come closer to him, while wandering through this distorted and unrecognizable chaos that has been unleashed thanks to these lofty ideas. Approaching the cradle, we get Royce's assurance that this will end the process once we place the transistor inside it. Not entirely being sure of what will happen, because it is rather hard to trust his certainty with anything, Red and Mr. Nobody have nothing to lose, and the Mister uses his voice to tell her that he loves Red, just in case, if this is the last time he was able to speak to her. It turns out, Royce was right. They are now inside the transistor, with the trace banks of all the absorbed souls around us. He tells us there is only one unpleasant way out, and now wants to commit to the plan of absorbing Red into it. So we have no choice but to fight him and bring an end to this madness. He's also wielding a transistor, and is able to stop time just like us, making this a completely unique fight in the game, and a proper climax and ending to it all. Of course, he's no match for the super user, and he lets out his last and final scream, revealing more emotion than he ever had shown before. So, with nothing left, Red ends up back in the place where there had been a vote to decide if there should be a bridge built to Fairview, and with her newfound ultimate power using the transistor, she is able to build this bridge that unites the opposites with her beautiful humming. Her love for something else is still her primary motivation though, and despite being able to build this bridge that could close the gap between our hearts, she does not have the strength to go on without the man who saved her life. Her love for him is too strong, and her ability to rebuild Cloudbank not enough to get her through life, if it means she had to go on without him. And thus, she ends her own life. Her love triumphs over it, and makes this tragedy end. She never had any of the goals of the city in mind, whether it would be about protecting Cloudbank from the flood of the process, or improving the city like the Camarada wanted to, even if she gained the power to do so. All she wanted is to be with the man she loves, and when she couldn't revive him into his body, she had nothing left to live for. Only this way heaven opened up to her, in going to the country together with her man. Heaven had not opened up inside her heart. She had not had the strength to grieve her loss, and decided it would be better to end it all for the sake of love. Their sacrifice has led to the ultimate end, with Mr. Nobody trying to play the hero already spelling out the story's fate. And, as much as we see them uniting together in the country, in all its glory and peaceful beauty, quickly this fades, as of course, at the end of the day, the flood of the process has ended up devouring all there is, leaving no soul behind.